Clownfish. Clownfish or anemone fish, our Finding Nemo, are fishes from the subfamily Amphiprionidae in the family Pomacentridae. 30 species are recognized, 1 in the genus Premnes, while the remaining are in the genus Amphiprion. Red Cory's wrasse. Cory's gaymard, the yellowtail wrasse or African cories, among other vernacular names, is a species of wrasse native to the tropical waters of the central Indian Ocean and the western Pacific Ocean. Juvenile emperor angelfish. The emperor angelfish is a species of marine angelfish. It is a reef-associated fish, native to the Indian and Pacific Oceans, from the Red Sea to Hawaii and the Austral Islands. This species is generally associated with stable populations and faces no major threats of extinction. Coral reef fish. Coral reef fish which live amongst or in close relation to coral reefs. Coral reefs form complex ecosystems with tremendous biodiversity. Among the myriad inhabitants, the fish stand out as colorful and interesting to watch. Hundreds of species can exist in a small area of a healthy reef, many of them hidden or well camouflaged. Pacific orange spine unicornfish. Naso literatus is a species of fish in the family Acanthuridae, the tangs and unicorn fishes. Its common names include barcheek unicornfish, Naso tang, and orange spine unicornfish. Astronotus ocellatus. The Oscar, Astronotus ocellatus, is a species of fish from the cichlid family known under a variety of common names, including tiger oscar, velvet cichlid, and marble cichlid. Golden basslet. Gramma de jongi, also known as golden basslet, is a species of fish in the family Grammatidae native to reef environments of the tropical waters in the Caribbean Sea. The fish is distinctive among the basslets as having a primary color that is not purple. It is instead primarily golden yellow with purple patches on its fins and a slight path on the belly near the fins. There is also a black spot on the dorsal fin. It is relatively small at about 7 centimeters, smaller than the royal gramma. Lionfish. Pterois is a genus of venomous marine fish, commonly known as lionfish, native to the Indo-Pacific. Also called zebrafish, firefish, turkeyfish, tastyfish, or butterfly cod, it is characterized by conspicuous warning coloration with red, white, creamy, or black bands, showy pectoral fins, and venomous, spiky fin rays. Feather starfish. Feather stars are a type of marine invertebrate with feather-like arms that radiate from a central body. They date back about 200 million years, says Tomas K. Baumiller, a professor of paleontology at the University of Michigan. Feather stars are thought of as living fossils, Baumiller says. They have a tremendous diversity that traces its roots deep down in the geological past. Pufferfish. Tetraodontidae is a family of primarily marine and estuarine fish of the order Tetraodontiformes. The family includes many familiar species variously called pufferfish, puffers, balloonfish, blowfish, blowies, bubblefish, globefish, swellfish, toadfish, toadies, honey toads, sugar toads, and sea squab. Red sea sailfin. Zebrasoma desjardini grows to a maximum length of 40 centimeters, 16 in, with sexual dimorphism producing males that are larger than females. The schooling bannerfish, also known as false Moorish idol, or pennant butterflyfish, has a very elongated white dorsal filament. It has a base color of white with 2 wide black stripes. The soft dorsal and caudal fins are yellow, pelvic fin is black, and there are black marks above the eyes and top of snout. The schooling bannerfish are almost identical to the black and white Heniacus butterflyfish Heniacus acuminatus. The most distinguishing feature of the schooling bannerfish Heniacus deferutis is its rounder breast and less protruding snout. Schooling bannerfish are also planktonivores and are generally reef safe if well fed. Members of the Heniacus genera are often called bannerfish instead of butterflyfish. The coconut octopus. The coconut octopus is found on sandy bottoms in bays or lagoons. It frequently buries itself in the sand with only its eyes uncovered. In March 2005, researchers at the University of California, Berkeley, published an article in Science in which a marginatus was reported to show bipedal locomotion. It is one of only 2 octopus species known to display such behavior, the other species being Abdopus aculeatus. The authors discovered this behavior in an area off Sulawesi, Indonesia, where the sandy bottom was littered with coconut shells. The bipedal motion appears to mimic a floating coconut. The chocolate chip sea star fish. The chocolate chip sea star is a highly recognizable ornamental sea star that boasts instant appeal. It is not difficult to imagine the dark chocolate-brown tubercles, protrusions, that dot the surface of the sea star as chocolate chips on top of a tasty cookie. While it may seem odd to consider a sea star cute, the charming color pattern reminiscent of the classic baked treat makes the chocolate chip sea star a highly desirable addition to a FOWLR, fish only with live rock, aquarium. The blue-spotted ribbontail ray is a species of stingray in the family Dasyatidae. Found from the intertidal zone to a depth of 30 meters, 100 feet, this species is common throughout the tropical Indian and western Pacific Oceans in near-shore, coral reef-associated habitats. It is a fairly small ray, not exceeding 35 centimeters, 14 in width, with a mostly smooth, oval pectoral fin disc, large protruding eyes, and a relatively short and thick tail with a deep fin fold underneath. It can be easily identified by its striking color pattern of many electric blue spots on a yellowish background, with a pair of blue stripes on the tail. Giant moray eel. As the name suggests, it is a large eel, reaching up to 3 meters in length and 30 kilograms in weight, although there are reports of up to 36 kilograms. Its serpentine-shaped body has a brownish body color which can darken with age in some specimens. The neck behind the head is thickened, and particularly with the giant moray, once it reaches its maximum length it tends to thicken more around the neck. The head of the moray eel is large with small eyes located forward. Giant moray eels have a second set of jaws known as pharyngeal jaws in their throat, which may partially account for their thickened neck. Black spotted moray eel, also known as black blotched moray, black blotched moray eel, black spotted moray eel, coral eel, giraffe eel, honeycomb moray eel, laced moray eel, lacy moray eel, leopard moray, reticulated moray, tessellate moray eel, tessellated eel, tessellated moray eel, tessellated reef eel. Found singly or in pairs hiding in crevices and holes in debris, rock and rubble over reef flats, continental reefs and outer reef slopes. They feed nocturnally on small fish and octopus. Common octopus. Common octopus, Octopus vulgaris, is a mollusk belonging to the class Cephalopoda. Octopus vulgaris is the most studied of all octopus species. It is cosmopolitan, that is, a global species, which ranges from the eastern Atlantic, extends from the Mediterranean Sea and the southern coast of England, to the southern coast of South Africa. It also occurs off the Azores, Canary Islands, and Cape Verde Islands. Black sea nettle jellyfish. The black sea nettle can be quite massive, with a bell diameter potentially up to 1 meter and oral arms extending to 5 or 6 meters. The bell color is a distinctive opaque dark purple to nearly black, with the margin having a lighter brown reticulated pattern. No other West Coast jelly that visits near shore waters has this dark pigmentation. 4 gonads are attached to finger-like projections that extend through subumbellar openings, the ostia. White spotted jellyfish. Jellies have very mild venom and do not pose a threat caused by confusion with close relatives. Crystal jellyfish. Almost entirely transparent and colorless, and sometimes difficult to resolve, Achoria victoria possess a highly contractile mouth and manubrium at the center of up to 100 radial canals that extend to the bell margin. The bell margin is surrounded by uneven tentacles, up to 150 of them in fully grown specimens. The tentacles possess nematocysts that aid in prey capture, although they have no effect on humans. Specimens larger than 3 cm usually possess gonads for sexual reproduction, which run most of the length of the radial canals and are visible in the photos in this article as whitish thickenings along the radial canals.